Hey everyone, thanks again for joining me. My name is Anne. For those of you who do not know me, I give a general love reading. Basically, I focus on divine partners, soulmates, twin flames, and all love relationships. Now, I give these readings every week, every weekend, and today I'm here out in one of my favorite parks where there's so much trees and nature, and I love to embrace outdoors because here in Ohio, we don't have that much warmer weather, as many of you on the East Coast know what I'm talking about. And also we have a lake, which is actually I'm in a beach area of the lake, Lake Erie, and I just love the water. I just love embracing it. And when I give readings, I feel more empowered. Now, these readings are not from me giving to you, telling you what to do. Basically, they're from the divine, from the energies that are coming from your guides, from the spirit guides, our angels that we have all around us, that the messages that we need to use to our highest good. Now, like I said, I focus this on love relationships. So this is all about your situation, or maybe you know someone. So take what resonates with you, use it for your highest good, and just leave what doesn't. Sometimes you may have to revisit a video. I always say it's good to revisit, maybe because of ego. Sometimes it comes in the way. I know it happens to all of us. Sometimes we're not really like listening to the video, but though we hear it, but we're not like energetically absorbing it. So it's good to just come back when maybe you're feeling a little differently inside. If you can come back the following day or the week or whatever, or maybe you know someone that can use this video and benefit from it. Please forward it to them. However you're watching me on, whatever channel you're watching me on, whatever platform you're watching me on. I do plan to do more videos on Instagram. So for those of you who are not following me on Instagram, I hope you can, because I do release a one card type of little message almost every day, and quotes, and I try to inspire and give everybody like motivation, because it empowers me as well. The energy exchange is enormous, and that's what it's all about. We are all here so that we can give to each other. You give to me because you're watching me right now, and that means a lot to me. I want to thank you all for all your comments and your likes and your shares and all that you've been reaching out to me. It just touches my heart, and it makes me want to do more. And I have to tell you, it has done a lot for me in my life, and I love you all. And I will continue to do more, God willing, that I will be able to do as much as I can, because there's only so much time in a day, and like I said, we all need to take time for ourselves, and including myself, I need to practice that as well. If you'd like to book your own personalized reading, I do offer phone, chat, and email readings. Now, you can get the links down below in my blogs. I have several websites down in the description area, and I also have other YouTube videos that you can watch, or Facebook videos, because I do upload on both channels. Now, if you have any questions, please post them in the comments area, and I will get to you as soon as I can. Also, if you can let me know if there's something that you'd like to hear about, if there's a certain topic. A lot of you have been coming to me and letting me know what is on your mind, and you know what? That is beautiful. I want to help you all as much as I can. Okay, so without further delay, I just love this weather. I just love being out here with you all. Let's begin. Okay. It's a little noisy out here in the park, but I found a nice quiet area, and I hope you can appreciate the nature and the birds, and just the energy of nature just soothes my spirit. I've meditated, and I've shuffled the cards asking for guidance from our angels and spirit guides on what we need to know for this upcoming week, if there are any messages that we need to take with us, that we need to use for our highest good, rather it be something we need to hear for our highest good and we don't want to hear it at this moment, if it's ego-based, so that we can get the message, so that we can break down that ego and understand what the guides are giving us, the angels. The cards that I've used are the very beautiful Oracle of the Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish, and this is a very magical deck. It's one of my favorites. I find a lot of healing energies coming from this deck. Okay, so the first card that I pulled, the Mirror. And as you can see, this beautiful mermaid, because it is a mermaid in the mirror is reflecting the divine self, the higher self. And as it says on this card, know thyself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. Now, this represents the divine masculine, and Now the divine masculine is starting to see things a lot differently than before. Not that the divine masculine hasn't understood things, but the divine masculine is starting to realize, and like we've talked about in these previous readings, we've seen that a lot of changes is happening with the divine masculine, and as it's changing, there is a lot of energy shifts happening. So the mirror is actually a reflection, the reflection of who you really are. Now maybe you're seeing things about yourself right now, and you are noticing that you have to change something. Something is not right. Something hasn't been right for quite some time. And you're starting to take notice that whatever is happening in your life right now, it's time for you to make that change. It's time for you to make a new beginning happen in your life. Your soul center has been clouded, or I'm not going to say polluted, but you've been sleeping, or you haven't been awoken the way you want to properly. So the mirror is actually looking at yourself, and that's where the divine masculine is right now. The divine masculine is starting to realize where the divine feminine is coming out as well. They both are, and the mirror is actually a reflection of them too, coming together, understanding one another that things cannot go on like this. It is time for a definite new beginning. Time for a change, time for something to start the ball rolling, so to speak. So everything that's happening right now, you may be feeling, okay, I'm sensing something, this is resonating with me, I'm picking up something that I don't quite understand, and you may want to revisit this video if it doesn't resonate with you right away, because I know that there is something happening with the mirror, and it is mirroring what's deep inside your soul. Now, it's best not to pressure yourself or try to like analyze it, because sometimes we do that to ourselves, where I need to know this message, I need to know what it is, and you try to look for other messages. No, you don't do that. They will come to you. If you don't quite understand, there'll be another message that will actually open up to what that previous message was, if that makes sense. Because I noticed that a lot of times I'm getting a message and I'm not ready for it, and maybe I have an ego that I'm blocking myself with because I just don't want to hear it, because ego is a part of us, and it's not because I'm egotistic or you're egotistic or anyone is, but it's a part of us. So sometimes we have to break it down. We have to humble ourselves so we can hear the messages coming from the divine. Okay, and the next card. Experiments. Interesting. Very interesting. And as you can see, this mermaid is actually looking into a dark cloud, or a dark figure, I should say. It looks a little scary, but it's not actually, because by her looking at it, she's experimenting. She's not exactly going along with this, this dark figure, but as the card says on the bottom, manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, arrogance. And this is where it really blends in with the mirror. Maybe there is something inside of you that you're not really getting, and you're not realizing that these messages that you're getting, like I just mentioned with the previous card, you're not exactly opening your soul center to what is around you. Now, you could be involved in a relationship, and that relationship just, they seem to be manipulated by somebody, or they're ruled over by somebody. I'm not saying that they're with another person, or they can be with another person. Everybody is different, and I'm not here to talk about who should be with who and judge or anything like that, because I feel like we're all equal, and anything could happen in this world. Anything could happen to us. We have to just, like this card says, experiment. Sometimes we have to go along with certain things, and we have to experience a lot. This card is telling you that this person that you're involved with needs to see these things. Maybe it's not conventional, like you would say, okay, they need to fall down and get themselves back up. No, they need to experience it. And maybe there's a third party involved. Yes, maybe this third party is manipulating this person. Maybe she doesn't realize because what's happening to her, or he doesn't realize what's happening to him. Basically, this is the divine masculine realizing what the mirror is, what he needs to look at. Maybe it's not a third party, maybe it's just an addiction, or maybe it's a situation where they're stubborn, their kind of narcissistic behavior is getting to you. They're not like responding to you. So there is a lot of different angles that you can look at this. Now, I'm not going to say it's one specific area because, like I always said before, I don't specify exactly which type of relationship or love connection that you have with this person, or maybe you're just searching for this person and you're getting that same pattern. Whatever it is, you have to go with the flow. You have to allow what the universe is trying to tell you. The messages are coming in clear. These things that are happening right now to the Divine Masculine, and remember I've always said, Divine Masculine doesn't necessarily have to be just a man. It can be a woman, and it can be inside of you as well. So you're going through a lot of change yourself. Maybe there's that energy shift that you're feeling. You're waking up. You're feeling a little bit of the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. There's so much happening right now that you may not understand it, and there's a divine purpose for it. Trust me. It's not anything to get you down, but it's actually to help you lift yourself up. Okay, so let's go to the next card. Oh, my nail. It's very hard to pick these cards up. I brought my little table with me. Okay, now vulnerability, and this is a man and a woman. A very beautiful card. The picture is very beautiful. The artwork is gorgeous. I love the hearts around these two people. And as it says on the bottom of this card, open your heart. Allow yourself to be tender. And you know what? That is so true. Because you've been hard on yourself. You have been. We've seen this in the previous readings as well. Being gentle with yourself. We've been talking about this. The vulnerable energy that you're feeling, maybe you are not allowing the love to flow through you. You have love in your heart. You want the love in your heart. The Divine Feminine right now is saying, I need love. I need love in my life. But you can't be stubborn to it, I should say. You can't be resistant. When you are resistant, you are rejecting the love that's around you. Despite of whatever your love relationship situation is. I mean, if you're not getting the love you want from this person, maybe this person isn't giving you everything that you want. You're not getting what you want because you're not opening yourself. You need to be more open. The vulnerability is something that can be in a good way and it could be in a bad way. It's like you need to just release and surrender. Releasing and surrendering so that you can come to a place where you can feel at peace with your soul center and this person. Because sometimes if you keep pushing and keep pushing, you need to come to me. I need to talk to you. Why are you doing this to me? When you put out this negativity, you are not putting out negativity to that person. You're actually putting it out to yourself, and you're not allowing the love to come to you. When you keep saying, if I don't text him or if I don't get in touch with him, he's never going to call me or get in touch with me, or we'll never talk. You know what? That is totally wrong, because you're not allowing it to happen. Maybe he wonders, why does she always push, and he's scared, or maybe he's just not ready, or maybe he's just preoccupied by so much in his life. Maybe he's got a lot of work on in his life. Whatever the situation is, maybe she needs time to examine herself. Maybe she's the one that's going through the mirror. You know, this is why I said this is going for both parties, not just necessarily one particular area with the relationship. It's time to just release that part of yourself and not say, well, I'm going to keep getting in touch with them and to keep knocking on that door, keep texting, blowing up their phone, because I see people sometimes do this, and I'm not saying that it's so wrong. Sometimes you have to nudge someone a little bit. You have to, you know, hey, I'm here. But when it comes to a time when that's all your relationship is all about, I mean, 95-5 is not going to work. You need to be 50-50. You call me, I call you, we get in touch with each other, we get together. If she's busy and she's unable to get back to you, then you know what, or he, leave it alone for a little while. Maybe it's time that you need to reflect more on yourself. The mirror is telling you it's time to reflect more on what you truly believe in and what you truly want, and that's love. It's not about, oh, I need that person in my life and that person needs to come back into my life, or that person needs to get in touch with me. It's all about you. And the Divine Feminine sometimes has a tendency to feel like she's, well, because she's in charge, but though she's not really in charge, because she feels like she's nurturing, and if she doesn't nurture, like that's the feminine. I'm not stereotyping it, but that's the woman area. The woman area, the female, I shouldn't say woman, I'm sorry. The feminine energy is saying, I need to nurture, I need to keep it going, I need to keep things moving along, otherwise it's going to fold under. And the masculine will be the opposite. The masculine is the ego. The masculine wants to be in control. So if the masculine and the feminine are not seeing eye to eye together, it's never going to be a good place for the both of them. And they're both running. They're both running away from each other without realizing it, because they push, and it can go on. I see this a lot of times for many years. Not that I'm saying that it's going to be that way, but it can happen. I do see it. Okay, and the last card. Oh, beautiful card. I'm glad this one came up. Beautiful angels and mermaids together, joining together, falling in love. Beautiful. We can just look at this color. I love the colors, the rainbow areas of energy just coming through from the heavens above. As you can see, the wings are even beautiful. Falling in love, kissing the divine in another, in yourself. And a beautiful card. And there again, we see it happening. Falling in love. Love is in your future. Love is meant to manifest in your future. It's not like maybe it just might happen or it could happen. No, it's going to happen. We're all meant to be with someone. And I've been asked this many of times, and I'm going to answer the question. Yes, you are not meant to be alone. If you are by yourself, and you've been by yourself and with several negative relationships that never really worked out, it was all for a divine purpose, and you haven't met that person yet, but you're going to be falling in love. Something is destined to happen for you. If it's not tomorrow, it's maybe a year from now, 2 months. I can't give out exactly when, because there's a lot of work that we sometimes have to work on ourselves in order for us to meet our divine partner. Now, when you fall in love, this loving energy just flourishes with just such glow. There's no feeling like being in love. There's no feeling that replaces love, because love, let's face it, rules over us all. I mean, many times when we first fall in love, when we were maybe in our teens, or in our 20s, or whenever, that love feeling was just so deep inside our heart chakra. It's something that we carried with us as we were growing up, and maybe we don't feel like we can capture that again, but you're wrong, because you can capture that even if you're with someone right now. If you're with someone, and maybe your relationship, you're a married couple, or a relationship that's just been living together, and it just feels like, is there someone better out there for me? Well, I can't answer that, because I'm reading general for everybody, but you have to follow your heart. The person I'm talking about is a person that you're with right now. Maybe you do love this person, but you don't feel that spark like you used to. So this is a part of you that has to re-examine and maybe revisit something that you two shared, and let's go back. Talk to that person. Give them your very best. Tell her how you feel. Whatever the case is, you need to express yourself by going through the mirror and not allowing the manipulation of whatever is calling that person. If it is something that they have in their life, that they are stubborn, they are resistant, whatever the manipulation is. Maybe it's work. Sometimes people are buried into work so much that they are unable to see the finer things in life, and that's love. You need to open your heart. Vulnerability is telling you, opening your heart so that you can invite the love, because that's the bottom line. Divine masculine, divine feminine, it's all about love. It's all about joining together. Now, when I talk about divine masculine, feminine, a lot of people think I'm talking about, oh, that person that I'm not with is the divine masculine and I'm the divine feminine. There could be the opposite, actually. I've seen it happen, okay? So this is why I say we have to look at both sides, and both sides represent both areas. Like, divine masculine can be inside of you. You don't realize you're leaning this week more towards the divine masculine, and your divine partner is actually with the divine feminine, and vice versa. It happens all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean that anything has changed, but like our moods change, our energy changes, we go through shifts, that we're running from something inside of ourselves, and we don't know how we transformed into the divine feminine when we were always a divine masculine, or divine feminine going into divine masculine, vice versa. Okay, here I'm going on in circles, but you know what I'm talking about. It's just slow down and look at yourself. I feel like this is a direct message for somebody to look at yourself and, you know, really feel the love, feel that energy of vibration, raising that vibration, so that, guess what? You're actually feeling so much love deep in your heart that you want to give more to that person, and you will, but just don't give up. Don't give up on what you feel in your heart, and just allow that beautiful love just to flow through, because guess what? You're meant to be in love, and you will be in love. You can be with someone for 30 years and feel that same love if you raise your vibration and rekindle things that you both shared. Yes, there's problems, there's obstacles, it can happen, but you know what? Why did two people stay together for so long? Because it's worth it. They know it, okay? So I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and I really do hope that it resonated with you with the messages, and take what you need, take what you've listened to and heard, and what resonates with you, use it to your highest good, or revisit this video and see maybe that the messages didn't come through because maybe you were upset, maybe you had some ego-based energy that you blocked a little bit of what was happening. It's best to revisit it that day, the next week, whenever you know that you're, sorry, I had a bug on me. I don't want to get bitten out here. But anyways, just take what you need, because sometimes you need to listen to this for your highest good. It needs to break you down. And I've helped a lot of people sometimes to look at these things. Maybe they didn't like what I said at the start, and you know, not that they argued with me, but they kind of disagreed with me. And that's okay, because I'm not here to tell anyone anything. It's all about what you need to use for your highest good. Okay, and if you'd like to book your own personalized reading, I do offer phone, chat, and email readings, and the links are down below in the description area on my blogs. You can also visit my blogs. I have several articles pertaining to soulmates, twin flames, divine partners, and also my YouTube channel, Facebook channel. I have many videos that are basically about Q&A and everything to do with love and divine partners. Okay, so until next time, peace with you all. God bless. Namaste.